out in the drop zone locally, we do have rattlesnakes. There are some times where you can't see where you're walking, especially if it's pitch black dark. So yeah, it's definitely just the wildlife for us. But making sure that everybody's safe is definitely number one priority. Our function's it's dual operation. So we have an aerial port side of it, and then we have the parachute side of it. We focus more on parachute here because of the mission at this base. But day to day, if I'm coming in on a drop, I'll come in, inspect the loads, load the aircraft, and then take the long ride out to the drop zone, recover it, come back, and then do a debrief. But if it's an aerial port side, I'm inspecting cargo, making sure that it's airworthy, and make sure that it's safe to fly on the aircraft. Weight and balance is very crucial on an aircraft. You have to make sure that it's placed in the right spot on the aircraft, otherwise it affects the characteristics of flying. Safety of flight is the number one priority when it comes to inspecting the cargo, so you want to make sure that it gets there safely, gets there in one piece, and it doesn't affect any of the lives on that plane. When I deployed as a special handler. I dealt with all the joint inspections, any cargo that needed to be inspected to get shipped out to any other location in the AOR. If it was ammo, bombs, cargo, anything that needed to be inspected, I dealt with that.
Terminal, they'll come in 7 a.m. and they have to actually get all the equipment ready. They have to be out here ready to load the equipment, and then after they load the equipment, they drive to the drop zone, and that could be very late at night by the time they finish that. There's so many facets to the small air terminal. A lot of people don't realize that you have fleet, you have passenger service, you have cargo, you have ramp, you have special handling, which is a lot of hazmat. So if you have to ship hazmat out, they actually are the experts on that. So it definitely, if you get tired of working in one section, you can try out another section, and it definitely is very versatile. Without small air terminal, we're not getting cargo on the planes. They drive all the MHE equipment, which is the forklifts and the K-loaders. They're crucial for drop zone support. Once we drop the equipment out of the airplane, they recover it and bring it back, and they repack it. And then we don't have any airdrop equipment to drop unless they're building the airdrop equipment. So it's definitely hand in hand.
My mission in my section was vital for aircraft deployment. And an empty plane doesn't do any good for anybody downrange. So I needed to make sure that all the cargo that I was inspecting was airworthy, it was safe for flight, and that I was going to get to the right person at the right time. When I was deployed in 2019, we handled a lot of human blood shipments for people who needed blood transfusions downrange. And just seeing that on paper really opened my eyes to how I aided and how I helped. Most satisfying part is probably when the mission's complete after a long day. If you're working 12-hour shifts and you see the plane roll down the runway and the wheels take off, just looking at it and like, that's awesome. Like I played a big role in that. That's probably the most satisfying is mission accomplishment.